Hey, how you doing? Hope all is well. God bless you. God bless your families. Um, I hate this topic because I'm so good at understanding God and analyzing and watching and observing, what He's doing. Um, Sometimes that we try to avoid certain things because we just don't want to be involved. It's just too much chaos. It's just like talking about politics or religion. I try to avoid that discussion when, people are around and, they're having that discussion. I try to just be the observer. But when the Holy Spirit tells you to speak, you must speak. And especially when you have knowledge and understanding and it makes sense, you must speak. So I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take too long explaining it because it's self-explanatory as well. But I'm talking about kingdom marriages. Um right now God is building the kingdom, right? He's building the kingdom marriages because the world is there's a big shift. Like a few years ago, there was a big shift in the marriage world, and there was a lot of divorces that was happening. It was really bad. It's not like right now it's happening, but it's not as bad as before. Right now people are breaking up, but they're not divorcing. And a breakup is understandable sometimes. Sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes, especially when you've been married to the person for years, it's okay to take a break. You're not going nowhere. That person not going nowhere. It's just a mental break. It's just like a job. You work at this job for so long, for over 15, 16 years. Sometimes you need a break. And that's why the job gives you, some days, some hours just to take that break because it's understood. But, God is building the kingdom women. Right now, his focus is on the women because the women are a few years back, or I think 2 years back, women started to change, even the music. And they came out with a list, with where he can take her and how he's supposed to look and how much money he's supposed to make and all of that, blah, blah, blah. And so that created a shift as well, and that caused the men to feel antagonized. It made the men feel weak. It made the men feel less than. It made the men feel like they don't need women no more for love. They only need them for satisfaction. And that's it. It made men pull back. The good men. It made them pull back because they're like, so all you want to do is use me for my money. And that made God feel some type of way, you know. And so he started focusing on the women. And that's why now he's focused on the women. That's why there's a lot of Proverbs 31 going around, or Esther and Ruth going around. And there's a lot of Ruth fasting, Esther fasting, and all of that happening in the women's ministry because God is resetting our minds. And the women who are resurfacing now, the Proverbs 31 women who are resurfacing now, God had them in isolation and hidden when, 2 years ago, when everything was going haywire with women and men. He hid some women that are capable of being Proverbs 31 women to renew. So he started carving and chipping away and teaching them and resetting them how and showing them how to be a kingdom wife. Because right now, that's what he's doing. So that's why women are celibate for years, for 2, 3, 4 years, because God is preparing them to be kingdom wives. Why? Because there's a shift in the atmosphere. God needs, this is very, very important. I feel this in my soul. It is mandatory to stay married. That's what God is doing right now. That's what God is saying right now. That's why it's a big topic. It's a controversy. It's something that everyone is questioning. God is saying it's mandatory. It's very important to stay married right now, because the things that are coming, you need your spouse, because people are going to turn from you. In Revelation, it said it. Your wives are going to, if it's not a kingdom marriage, if it's not equally yoked, these people are going to turn from you eventually. Your loved ones are going to turn from you. Your neighbors are going to turn from you. So when he is preparing these kingdom marriages, it's not only the husband and the wife, it's the husband, the wife, and the kids. Yeah. And the reason why he made it so heavy as kingdom is because the wife is now one yoke with the husband, and now she is his rib. And because she's his rib, they become one. You're not going to harm yourself. So becoming a Proverbs 31 wife and a Proverbs 31 husband, it all registers in the brain. It clicks. And when it clicks to where you guys are one. It clicks now. It's not a fantasy, a fetish. It's not a temporary feeling. No, it clicks. It locks. And so this person is your helpmate. That person is your helpmate, because you're going to need them for what's to come. Which means even if your spouse is 200 miles away, you guys are still protected together. You guys will never, ever turn against each other. You guys will never, ever, ever leave each other, because you guys are one. You're in the kingdom. You're a kingdom marriage. You didn't get married down here. You got married in the kingdom. And if it's a kingdom marriage, you'll never break up. That's the marriage God is talking about in the Bible. He's not talking about any marriage. He's talking about kingdom marriages. You must not divorce. If you are married, right? And you guys are not equally yoked. Bless you, baby. You guys still have to stay together, because you made that decision. You guys are already married. You guys already created a foundation. So what you're going to do now is pray and become a kingdom couple, because God is able to do that. He is able to transform the minds. And that's what he does with a kingdom wife, a Proverbs 31 wife. Because she wasn't born like that. So if you're already married and you're not happy, you guys need to fast and pray. Fast and pray like it's your last supper. Like you got to take it seriously, and you got to do it You got to pray until something shifts. You got to pray until God does something about it, because you're already married. Now, if you are already married and you're not kingdom marriage and you're not yoked, but something is going on where God finally says, you know what? God has to approve it. Like, you know what? I approve that you detach yourself from this person, because where I'm taking you, how I'm preparing you, this person, it cannot come along, because he or she is only going to reverse everything that I'm teaching you. And your kingdom spouse is praying for you. Your kingdom spouse is sacrificing for you. And you're sacrificing for them. So break this off, because this is not kingdom. So it was, and this is for certain people. This is for them in their lane. So you cannot say, oh, God did it to so-and-so, Miss so-and-so, so he can do it to me. No. Everybody got their own lane. Everybody got their own judgment from God. So if God allowing you to get remarried and he's allowing you to get yourself, become a kingdom spouse, just allow it to happen. Don't fight it. Because you don't want to be married and you're miserable. And now you got a soul tie. And I know sometimes you don't want to do it. Sometimes you're like, God, I don't want to be a Proverbs 31 wife. I don't want to be a kingdom wife. I'm trying to escape. I want to escape. I don't want this. So I'm just going to pack my bags and I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to go that way. God is like, no, I chose you to be one. And that's that. So you're stuck. Unfortunately. Until God is ready to say yay or nay. You're stuck. I mean, you do have an opinion. God gave you a choice. But what he's saying is, if you want to live a happy life, I suggest that you stay and you work on yourself, work on being equally yoked with your kingdom husband. So, those who are going through it, not going through it, but who are in a situation like that, just allow God to take the lead and understand that God will never hurt you. He will never give you more than you can bear. So he's not hurting you. He's not breaking you. He's preparing you. And he has a nay say. All right. So, and if he did choose you to be a kingdom wife, you should be proud of yourself. You should be so happy. You should be flattered. Because there's something about you that's valuable. Okay? So, don't think of it as a punishment. Think of it as your birthing season. Amen. Your birthing season. Because there's nothing beautiful than to give birth. That's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful sight to see. But it's not a beautiful feeling when you're in birth, when you're in labor. You know, it don't feel good when you're in labor. But once you give birth, all of that pain go away at once. 2.5 seconds, it goes away. So if God chose you to be a kingdom wife, be grateful, be flattered, be thankful, have gratitude, and accept it with grace. Accept it with joy. Embrace it. All right. Yeah. Just pray about it and let God lead the way. Sometimes you do want to run away. You do want to just close the book and burn it. That's it. Just burn the book. Just ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But God is like, no, I want you to be that woman in that person's life. And I want that person to be that man in your life, because there's something that's shifting in the atmosphere. And I need kingdom marriages, kingdom families. Okay? God needs you. So you have an awesome, blessed day. God bless you, and stay prayed up. Peace.